A woman whose daughter is among the victims of a mass shooting in Umlazi has described what happened when gunmen opened fire last night. 8 people were killed in the incident, with police now investigating the case. Zibuyile Madondo, who was there when the incident occurred, says there was no warning before she noticed her daughter had also been shot.
Ugwayi shooting ngaleso sikhathi uthe umeqeda kumnika uhlala phansi kwakhala isibhamu eminyango uma sikhala ngajomba mina ngabuyela ngale kwasofa ngalala phansi badubula ke eminyango kodwa abantu angibabonanga ukuthi bekade kuba yena bathula bonke yena bagcine ngayo kumshaya wawela enyaweni zami lapho ke lethulele khona.
Madondo is also hoping for a swift breakthrough in the case.
Ngifisa ukubona ngiyathanda ukuthi ngathi abantu besigameko bangagcina betholakele ngoba izingane ezifile azazi lutho kube nzincane ezamantombazana ngeke umuntu omdala umekuthuma unqabi uzoya lapho kodwa usungazi nawe ukuthi kanti usuyofa. Ngifisa nje sengathi bona bangatholakala ngoba izingane azinaqala.
Let's give you more on this one then, because KwaZulu-Natal Premier Thami Ntuli was at the scene of that deadly mass shooting. Phila Mthembu even spoke to him a short while ago and joins us live now with the latest. Just want to recap that conversation, perhaps, Phila, if you will, and perhaps then a sense of what the scene looks like, considering that that's what the Premier also attempted to do, to have a look at the scene.
Absolutely, Arabile. So we had just come out from inside the house, the establishment where the 8 were actually shot and killed. And what I can tell you, what we're able to see there is that there are still pieces of beer bottles. There's still a pool of blood on the floor, as well as, broken furniture. There are also quite a number of bullet holes, but some of the belongings there incredibly, damaged. That's what I can tell you. The scene is currently in that particular state. No mop-up has been done there. But as we had access over there and we engaged with the Premier expressing how saddened and shocked he is that another mass shooting has come out from Umlazi. You'd remember even 8 months ago, there was a mass shooting where 6 men were actually shot and killed. But at a different section as we are right now at U section. So, just to also remind you there what the Premier actually said from that particular conversation, as no arrest has been made, encouraging the community to actually work with police as they try to put together the pieces which could possibly, potentially lead them to the arrest of the suspects. A manhunt, we know, is currently underway. So the Premier incredibly condemning what had happened here, and also telling us that he is quite aware that people are now living in fear. Those are the residents from this particular area, and they told us just as much, Arabile, as we had spoken to one of the friends of the victims during a live crossing. So what we know at this point is that the community is incredibly in distraught, and also they cannot comprehend or make sense with regards to why were these individuals, targeted. We know that a 19-year-old woman was actually shot and killed, and we also spoke to the mother of that particular victim. I'm now going to bring in from the CPF Siyanda Biyela to speak to us. Firstly, if you could give us a sense with regards to, your reaction. We understand that a member from a CPF or a member from a team that protects the community and fights against crime was actually one of the victims. Your reaction to this?
Thank you very much, Phila. Good morning to you and your viewers. It still saddens us that we still experience such tragedies in KZN. These mass shootings are really senseless, and they bring about fear in our communities. We walk around the yard to speak to people. They're even afraid to speak to you and say hello. But our quest as the CPF has also been derailed in this process, because our call is that everyone must be in the community, play a vital role in ensuring that they play a part in reporting crime, and they play a part in ensuring that they are being active citizens in allowing the police to work and also enabling them with the proper information that it is. So learning that one of our own from the community safety structure has been gunned down tells us that a withdrawal and a decline of a number of them will now come shoot. It's the same issue that we've had. It's been the same issue here. We're seeing it. We've seen it. So it's really a disturbing scenario for us that the community safety structures are being targeted in the sense, because I'm being told also on the sidelines that there are successes that they've just recently done when they made a raid and recovered some of the things. So it's really challenging for us as we work and as we create that baseline of the constitutional mandate that we have to mobilize the community to gain back the trust for the South African police services through all aspects and all initiatives as Community Police Forum members and community policing strategy encounters. So we have that challenge. We say we still want to call on the community to remain steadfast and rather use those platforms that are being there put by the SAPSU or the 10,111, 0600, 10,111 as part of the things that we can use so that we remain anonymous in reporting crime, because our quest is that let us report crime, let us deal with the people who are doing crime, because we do know that the targets are on our backs as CPF members across board, but we call on them not to shy away and go away, because the war against crime is a war that will take years, but it needs us all to still stick united.
And I was actually about to go there, do you think, as being part of the community safety clusters, you are an easy target to criminals? And, how are you going on in terms of ensuring that you are also protected, along the way?
It's part of the quest that we've been saying at the national level here in the province. We're saying we see this number of people being victimized because there are CPFs, because there are neighborhood watches, because there are communities in blue, because they are part of the structures, your KZN CCPAs. But part of the problem is that we really can't venture out and get someone to say, how do we protect those who are already assisting us? Because as a force multiplier on the ground, working towards achieving, I was even earlier speaking to them saying, maybe the uniform that we are wearing also makes us a target, because as we patrol outside there, people see us with our uniform, our CPF uniform, the beeps from neighborhood watch. They now start to target us, because the work that is being done by these safety structures to squeeze crime in our communities and ensure that they bring about information for the arrest has been very excellent. So we really are worried about the safety of our members. That's why we say to them that they must remain vigilant, try and be as away from the crime scenes and try to keep themselves safe as much as they can.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. That was from the CPF Siyanda Biyela, giving us a sense of, how they are also feeling at risk and that they are an easy target as people who are within the CPF. You'd remember that one of the victims is actually part of the community safety clusters here, and, just reiterating over there, calling on the police that they need to step up their efforts in terms of protecting communities and also working closely with them as community members as well as the CPF members.